I'm a 42-year-old man, and this happened when I was 16. It was a cold Halloween night in Riverdale, Illinois. It was a quiet community with its ups and downs, but there was a bad side of the village which was ran by the gangster disciples. Me and I'll call my cousin, Raj, were just having fun trick-or-treating, unwittingly knowing that we were on the bad side of town. We were having so much fun that we were unaware of the impending danger of being out at night on the west side of town. We had our hands griped on our bulging bags of candy while we were walking towards the Mini Mart gas station, which is a mobile gas station. Little did we know that our jovial mood would turn into a destined need of escape. As me and Raj exited the store, we walked down the street and a game banger called out to us. "Hey yo, what y'all got?" the guy said. I said, "Why? What's up?" "Man, don't make me ask your little ass again. What's in the bag? Candy? If that's what it is, run it over here." I said, "We ain't giving you shit, pussy." "Oh, that's how you feel, little Negro?" He proceeded to tell the 6 dudes that was around him, "Hey Joe, get them bags of candy from him. I don't care how you get it, but I want them bags and whatever else them little bitches got." In a look of shock, I turned to my cousin Rise and told him to run. The guys started chasing us, but luckily, we had a head start and we were way ahead. We looked back and they all jumped into a box Chevy giving us chase. We knew we were in trouble once we heard the tires screech in the distance. It seemed like their intentions exceeded far beyond a simple candy bag snatch. They were looking for blood. They seriously wanted to harm us, maybe even take our lives. We ran through alleys and cut through houses and apartments. We stopped probably about 2 or 3 blocks ahead. We thought we lost them, and when we stopped at the street corner, there they were, with their headlights off and charging right at us to the point where we almost got hit. We ran and cut over the train tracks over the viaduct. I don't know if that was God was with us that day, but we were a good 5 minutes away from the house. We saw them again on the other side of traffic, pointing us out. We thought it was over because we simply couldn't run anymore. But that's when a cop was pulling out of this parking lot of a convenience store when the thugs almost hit his car trying to get to us. It turns out they weren't paying attention to the road and almost got into a collision with the cop. The cop angrily got out and pulled them over and arrested them for reckless driving, I believe. We looked back and I swear to Christ, the look that he gave us was the coldest look I've ever gotten from a human being. It was like he wanted to kill us in cold blood simply for being evasive and in survival mode. We later found out that Mr. Thugalicious and his not-so-funky bunch had a gun and a variety of other weapons in the vehicle with them that night. I'm so glad that we had a guardian angel that night with us, because if we didn't, we could have gotten dealt with in the worst possible way. This happened back in 2016. I was 14 at the time and I was with my little sister Amanda, who was 12. We were doing our trick-or-treating in a town in Ohio with a group of our friends. My friends I'll call Mike and Tyler, as well as her friend Eva, tagging along. It was a Friday and it was a crisp Halloween evening. The colors of the bright fall leaves falling in the sky landed on the ground, which made it more peaceful. I was dressed as Iron Man, Mike and Tyler as the Hulk and Spider-Man. We wanted to do the whole Avengers get-up, while Amanda and her friend Eva were Anna from Frozen and Tinkerbell. We all gleefully combed each block of the neighborhood, running up to each house singing the trick-or-treat jingle to be awarded our sugary snacks. As the sun set and it began to get late, it was 9:30 p.m. and there were a handful of kids trick-or-treating at the time, so we decided to hit the last couple of houses on the block we were on and head home. We stumbled upon a decrepit house. It was worn down while casting an eerie shadow over the dimly lit porch. We've noticed no one came to this house because it truly looked like a house that came right out of a horror movie. Mike, Tyler, and the girls were second-guessing it, but I talked them into giving it a try. We knocked on the door, and to our dismay, it creaked open to reveal a shocking sight. A sinister-looking woman. She appeared to be in her late 30s and Hispanic descent. She was wearing a bloody apron, which weirded us all out even more. Behind her stood a towering man. This huge man with a beard so thick it obscured most of his face. He too looked to be of Hispanic descent, as well as wearing a long black apron with a white t-shirt stained with blood. The sight of this guy gave me the chills. Something in me told me to run, but I didn't want to be rude, and I guess the candy was worth more than my life at the time. Anyways, she gave us all a creepy wide smile mixed with a menacing grimace. She asked with a creepy giggle, "You're all looking for candy?" In unison, we all replied with a "yeah," sheepishly. "Well, I'm sorry, but we're all out of the candy right now. But I have something much more special." I, as well as the others, were taken aback by this statement, but I truly wish I would have never known why. She disappeared behind the door while the big guy stared at us with a lifeless and cold look which put us all on edge. We heard her make her way back to the door, with pink packaging paper stuffed with what we believed was packages of meat. This was super weird to all of us. "These are the best cuts of meat we have. We saved them just for sweet kids just like you." We all in unison once again thanked them, but we didn't want them to think that we were hurried to get away from the house, so we all walked normal. We all agreed that that was pretty creepy, but we soon forgot about it and went to the last couple of houses on the block and went to my house to have their parents pick them up. Our friends went home while me and Amanda went to dump our bags of candy on the kitchen table so our mom can inspect it all. That's when the haunting memory of the weird lady's house came back into full circle when the packages of meat fell out of our bags. Mom looked at it and asked what it was. We then explained that we went to a creepy house owned by a creepy lady that ran out of candy, so she gave us meat. My mom, with a look of disgust and confusion while examining the packages with growing unease all over her face. She took the meat packages and threw them out into the outside trash without saying a word. We also explained to our dad too. We told them the whole story, what happened, and how weird everything was. A couple of days go by and I'm with my family watching TV and my mom answered the phone. She told me that our friend Mike called, and when I got on the phone, he was in frantic mode. "Sean, turn on channel 5. Quickly, hurry up." I quickly hung up the phone, and then I went into the living room and I asked my dad to switch to channel 5. He did, and we were all horrified by what we saw. There was a brutal killing in our neighborhood not too far from our house. Me and my sister were even more afraid when we saw that house. The reports were said that they found 2 mangled bodies of a husband and wife in the basement of the house. We were both in hysterics screaming, "That's the house! That's the lady's house!" My mom and dad put 2 and 2 together when the reporter mentioned homicide and mangled and dismembered bodies. Our parents sprinted from the couch and started making calls, which made us fear for our lives. Looking back now, I could say this was by far the scariest thing that I've ever been through. What really scares me is that they never found those weird people, and what's really worse is how nonchalant they were handing out human remains. It's a cold Halloween night. It's about 2:45 in the morning in a city that doesn't sleep. I'm walking along the residential district in search to find that spark to end this boredom that kills me from inside. I'm hoping to find that tick deep within my loins that'll rejuvenate my boyish youth. Nope. I mutter under my breath as I walk through the quiet neighborhood. It becomes somewhat of a mantra to me. Nope. I've been walking for hours, my determination unwavering. Each rejection fueled my resolve to find what I was looking for. The bitter cold wind cut through my jacket, numbing my right hand. I knew I would have to switch hands soon to regain some feeling. Nope. I repeated once again, my voice barely audible against the howling wind. The houses I passed seemed to blur together, but I pressed on. Nope. As I turned the corner, my footsteps echoed through the empty streets, and I shivered and frowned as it started to rain. I sighed heavily and continued my search. Nope, I muttered, my breath visible in the icy air. The monotony of my journey was broken only by the occasional passing car. Their headlights cast fleeting shadows on the pavement while their wheels splashed me with puddles and surface water. The freezing wind whipped through the narrow streets, making me shiver even more. I switched the knife I held in my hand to my other, less numb hand, hoping to gain some sort of sensation. No, I whispered. The repetition of the word had become almost comforting. The night wore on, and still, nope. No. No. But by then, as if by some stroke of luck, I heard it. A faint sound, barely audible over the wind, but I heard it. I completely stopped in my tracks. A smile began spreading across my face. Finally, after hours of searching, I had finally found one. An unlocked door. Yes. I switched the knife back to my dominant hand, my excitement quickly growing inside. The warmth emanating from the house was so inviting. It was a beacon of hope in this cold, cold night. Well, for me, at least. Okay. This one right here. Good morning, my love. Good evening, everyone. This is Yuri K, and this is the end of the video. Please leave a comment and let us know your opinions on the matter. If you happen to like this content, please check out our other videos. Make sure you like and share amongst your friends and family to help our community grow. You happen to be new to this channel? Please make sure you subscribe. It's free, and you can always change it in the future. You have some terrifying story suggestions? If so, make sure that you send it to my email, Fearofthedarkstories@gmail.com, and I'll feature it in a future segment. But you guys stay safe out there, and remember to always be afraid of the dark.